What's up, everybody? This is Willem Games 1775, and I'm trying something different. I've made a assortment of videos, and I want to shift it into voice over my video games. So this game is pre-recorded, and I'm simply just talking over it. And I want to thank everyone who has chimed in, gave me a like, or if you just are viewing it, that also counts too. But if you don't mind, please give me a like, and if you could subscribe, that would be awesome. So anyway, I am playing Hitman 2 on PC. I'm using the computer I built for video editing. It is a Intel 7 4770K with an MSI GeForce GTX 1060 6GB GPU. And I haven't played Hitman in like, I don't know, I don't want to age myself, but it's been a long time. The last time I played Hitman was probably like 20 years ago, when it was much less involved. And so I think I remember I was playing it on the computer. But so this is the free version, and I think I like this game. It does remind me of Assassin's Creed, and I like the kind of games where I can do things on my own, and that's why I'm playing this. And so when I exhaust all the free parts of the game, then I will probably buy the next chapter so I can continue on to play. And I think this footage is about 18 minutes long. And anyway, a little bit about myself. I am 43 years old, and I'm in the Army. I'm active duty, and I retire in October. And I've been wanting to get into making YouTube videos for a while. I just didn't know what I wanted to do. But in the beginning, I was just doing some video games, but that got kind of boring. And I have a lot of consoles, but I think the PC is where it's at for now. I have a couple gaming rigs actually. My other gaming rig has an Intel 7 3770K, and it has an EVGA GeForce RTX 2060 8GB.
Early 30s.
And
executed.
I see them.
At some point, I probably will do a game on that one.
Looks like Reynard's grisly handiwork.
I wanted to see how my productivity gaming rig would fare. I just updated, or I just upgraded the
like you, Reynard is known to use disguises.
the motherboard.
Keep looking, 47. Nothing we can do for these people now.
An Asus brand, and it was really choppy on Assassin's Creed. It was so annoying, and it wasn't choppy on other games. And I just realized that it just wasn't great on some of the games, so I had to upgrade that. And so now I have the MSI Z87M gaming motherboard, and it's a great motherboard. My memory is Patriot Viper 2.6 of 8GB, but I have more RAM coming from Amazon tomorrow on Prime, and some of my computer parts are used and some are new, and my RAM is new. And just by chance, I was looking online, someone was selling some used RAM 32 gigabytes worth of RAM, 4 sticks, like for 40 bucks. I believe it's PNNY or something, and I would have got that, but I've already spent the money, so that stuff's already on the way. How I got into computers was, besides getting interested from watching videos on YouTube, my first computer I bought over a year ago was a Dell Optiplex. I think it was a 780. I didn't know much about computers, okay, but it was 20 bucks. It needed a power cord and a hard drive and some memory to get going. And the first place I went to was Best Buy to buy a few things like the hard drive, and I bought a GPU for it, and it just went from there. And that's how I got started. And so the computer I'm using now is my second build. But my other one, the Intel, is actually like my first computer I built. The one after the Optiplex was another Dell Optiplex. I think it was a 980. It had the Intel 7 2600, which is actually a good. That's a good CPU. I could play a lot of games with that. And so I was using that on my other gaming rig, which has a Gigabyte GA Z77X UD3H motherboard. And both my computers are liquid cooled. They're just the sealed. It's not the custom looping. I'm not sure if I would ever do that. I would have to advance a little bit. But I really like my computers. And I really like my consoles. I have two Xbox 360s. I have a PS4. That's what I get my main entertainment from, like, you know, Netflix, Hulu. I have a GameCube. I have original NES. I have a NES Classic that's modded. One of my Xboxes 360s are modded. I have a OG Xbox that's modded. And so I didn't mod those. I bought those online. And I had a service. There was a service called Sharky's online, and they did my Xbox 360. And I also have a Wii that I tried to soft mod, but I gave up on it. I'm just not very good at soft modding. I'm certainly not good at hard modding. I've tried that, and I kind of screwed up. Long story. Anyway, I do have another Xbox enclosure. It's an Xbox, OG Xbox. It's on the wall. It's mounted on the wall.
I'm in. Hurry.
It has custom paint. It looks really good. I'm the kind of person who will mount a computer console on the wall because I painted it and it looks awesome. I also have a...
on the shadow client or the other cells.
I also have a Switch, and I have a DS Lite. I think it's a 2D.
Wait, here's something. A message from Robert Knox of Kronstadt Industries. And by the sound of it, he's a Providence operative.
So yeah.
Well.
Obviously, I'm into video gaming, and I'm into photography and vintage stereos. I have one vintage receiver, and then I have some vintage speakers, and a vintage record player, which I bought broken and I fixed it. But I guess that's enough about myself. What I want to do with this channel, last time I checked, I only had 22 subscribers, and that's okay. I gotta be positive, but I want to grow my channel. This channel is going to be about anything that I deem to be fun to me, gaming wise. I have some projects on there, like a lamp, like an LED lamp that I made out of an old bottle, of which I have part 1. Part 2 is gonna be want to make a base for it. That's not gaming, but it was fun, so it's on my channel, and you can check that out if you want. I was trying to set up a studio outside in my garage. Well, not really outside, but it was just too hot. And in the winter, it's going to be too cold, so it was only going to be a few months where it would be very bearable. So I moved everything inside, and now I have both my gaming rigs in the same room. You know, it's a spare bedroom. And I'm really pleased with Hitman 2. And the FPS has been a consistent 60. I set the game, I maxed out the settings to ultra. Everything is on a high setting, so I'm doing really great. Hey, weird question, and it's not really weird for my computer builders out there. You know, it's important to know your CPU temperature if you do some serious gaming. But what about the temperature that's in your case? Like, do you want to know the ambient air temp? Is that important? Does your computer make your room hot? Well, and in both my rigs, I have a temperature gauge. One's Celsius because that's all Amazon had, and that's what I took. But I have them wired up. Wires have been soldered up, and they look great. It's like a old school digital, like with like the square, like numbers, and I love the 80s. Okay, and so I grew up in the 80s and 90s, but yeah, I love the 80s. So kind of has a 80s. Back to 1955 look. You know, I'm making a reference to Back to the Future, and maybe one day I'll do something. I'll do a movie review for a movie from the 80s or something. I would really love to do that, but I would have to research on how I should probably proceed with a movie review. And I'm kind of random. I like to bounce around on subjects, but I try to keep it, I'll try to be consistent. I'm really picky with games. I just don't want to play a game just to get likes and to post a video, because I might get bored with it quick and, just don't want to play anymore, or so. But Hitman's different. Hitman 2 seems like a game that I'm gonna like. So so I've also been playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey for probably since May. I have over 500 hours of my life invested in that game, and I've gone pretty far. So I'm probably will record something for that game, but I've been all over that map, but I've only revealed like 27 secrets out of 93 secrets. So I still have a lot of room to grow on that game. I never thought I would be a gamer like this. I've always only had like maybe one or two consoles, and that's it. I sold my first 360. Actually, my first one broke, and I traded it into GameStop, and then I got another one, but I eventually sold that one when I didn't use it, and I realized that, hey, I like to collect consoles, so I bought another. I purchased another 360, and then I got another one. One's modded, one is in my living room. They both have really awesome looking vinyl layovers. The one in my office has a patriotic one. It's basically like a flag, and my OG Xbox also has that flag, patriotic look to it. Also, my modified, no, my unmodified 360 just has a regular carbon fiber look, red vinyl layover on it. Which brings me to another subject. I'm into vehicles. I love cars. I have a 92 Nissan 240X SX with the rebuilt SR20 DET. And when I retire in October, I will be getting another S chassis. I'm not sure what I'll do exactly, but I have some wiring issues. I think I'm just going to get another body, another chassis. It has to have the EGR or the EGI, also known as the body harness, intact. And then I'll switch everything over, and I will go to wiring specialties to get the upper and lower wire harness, so I can just do an easy transition. And I haven't found a job yet. I expect to be at least 80 to 90% disabled, and then I'll have my retirement. And I've already done my VA appointments, and I'm looking for a part-time job right now. I don't have to go to work unless it's for official business. I've already cleared CIF, meaning I've already turned in all my gear. So the clearing, when I can officially clear towards the end of August, will be when I do all the official clearing, and then in early September I'll start my terminal, or start my transitional leave out of the military. So right now I've been applying for jobs. I know it's slow. COVID-19 has really made things slow. So I had an interview with HEB, and they didn't hire me. You know, first I did the online application, then I did the virtual interview, and then I did the face-to-face interview, but I'm not sure what happened, but they didn't want to hire me. They sent me an email, and they didn't want to hire me. I really just want a part-time job. It just depends on what my disability is, because I still have bills to pay, and I'm supposed to be starting a college course here real soon. It's all online. It's for CompTIA A+ cert. I want to get my certification. No matter what job field I go into, I want to get my certification. And that, you know, I always want to broaden my horizons, but it's important that I get that. I've already did a self-paced study. I wrote a book for that already. Mike Myers, CompTIA A+ certification. So that's already been, so I've already read that. So, you know, I've built a couple computers, and I basically did some refurbished one. I think I refurbished 3 computers basically by replacing some of the components, PSU, the hard drive, things of that nature. What would really motivate me is doing some product reviews. I get sponsored. Actually, GameMax reached out. Well, they didn't reach out. I clicked on their information on Facebook. They sent me a message asking me if I wanted to review something for them, and they reimbursed me. And I said sure. However, I already did my video on that, but I did my review on Amazon, but they're taking a while to get it approved. So as soon as that is approved, I will be sending that back to GameMax so I can get my money reimbursed. And I gave it a review. They didn't say give it a good review. They just said give it a review. But it actually is. They sent me it. I bought the GameMax 750 RGB PSU. It is fully modular. It's really great. It's not a flimsy metal body around the system. I've watched some of these videos, like, was it like Timmy Joe, Tech Yes City, and Linus Tech, who have all talked about PSUs. They say, for one, if it comes off one of these metal person shops online, and it takes a month to get it, and it was, let's say it's like $25 for a $1,200 PSU. Yeah, that's gonna be kind of wonky. I don't have a tester, or I would have tested the true volts, but it's doing what it's supposed to do. My games look great. Everything lights up. My fans seem to be doing great. By the way, speaking of lights, I'm into RGB. My other gaming rig, not this one that I'm playing the game on, but the other one just has green lights. It's really freaking awesome. I love flashiness. But my next computer I build is going to be AMD. I'm going to give AMD a chance. It's going to be a micro ITX, and I might even give it to my niece because she's into gaming. She wants to get a PC eventually, so I might be nice and give that to her. But or might sell it online. We'll see. But I want to put together a small case, and it's going to be tempting for me not to put anything flashy in it. But we'll see what happens. But I want to focus on the functionality and not really the looks, but it has to be small. I want to get a micro ITX motherboard and really just make it, I want to make it awesome and small, compact, something that I can easily put on a shelf. Actually, there's a guy who put a micro ITX motherboard into a GameCube body, and I saw it on Facebook Market. He's asking for $350. I could probably talk him down, but I'm not very interested in something that someone else built, and it's a custom piece. So if I do it, I'm not going to use my own GameCube. I will find something that's already broken and cheap for free.
I suggest you cause a distraction, 47, and make
I
it
really don't want to put it into a GameCube body. Well, folks, I'm going to wrap this up, and the game is almost done. So this portion of the game is almost done, that is. So I'm going to wrap this up now. Hey, thanks for hanging in there. If you have already hung in here this far, so far, I really appreciate it. I thank you for coming to my channel. Please show some support and give this veteran a like, and please subscribe. Everyone, be safe out there. Think positive. You gotta hunt the good stuff. Folks are tense. People might be unemployed. They can't pay their bills. Just just go easy on folks. Be nice to people. Show some respect, and everyone, enjoy life. Goodbye. This is Willem Games 1775 out.